You ready to make a video? Adam. That mean yes? It's been a while since we came outside. And I pointed this little black thing at you. Got anything to say? Adam. Well, let's have a little walk and talk. Good morning. It's Friday, I believe, the 11th. Here in central Indiana, it's been kind of some nasty weather the last few days. Hot, muggy. Air so thick you could almost cut it with a knife. I came out and cut my grass this morning. It's supposed to get hot later. Just have a little walk and talk. That's a pear tree, an apple tree, 2 more pear trees that I planted about 6 years ago. They were only about 5 foot tall. They've really taken off. Thought I'd walk out here and just have a little talk. Haven't done that much. Been going through all my old videos after I thought my laptop went dead. I've got some from 3 or 4 years ago on a thumbnail. I haven't went through yet, but I was looking at some yesterday. And that term, the new normal, I noticed in one certain, well, more than one, couple of videos I got that from about 3 years ago of the California fires, where a pickup truck would be sitting almost melted like that globe is out there that I set on fire last fall in my garden there. Yeah, burn it up. But there would be a plastic trash can sitting next to a melted pickup truck a foot away. Nothing wrong with it. Trees and shrubs next to it, nothing wrong with them. Still green like my little garden. I started all this out from seed. I see some green beans are trying to stick their heads up in those 2 rows there. Those are cucumbers back there in that pot. Thought, well, heck, I might as well just leave them in that pot. Paid a guy to till this up. I got some tomatoes and peppers, and those are radishes in that bucket I was playing around with before I moved them out here. This is only about a week old. I found this orange fencing that they use around construction sites a few years back. Somebody was throwing it away, a big bundle of it. Keeps the dogs out of it. Hey, there you go. It's 11 o'clock. There goes the air raid. Everybody duck and cover. Get underneath your desk like they did back in the nuclear hoax. Just like the jet fuel in the jets. I was thinking about that as I put up a video the other day. One of my old ones from the jets hitting the towers. About jet fuel. And you look up some of them old pictures of jets. The wings are skinny. I was thinking maybe they did use fuel back then, before all these changes started happening, the Mandela effect, and where the engines got shoved out front. But they're just as skinny back then. There's nowhere to put that fuel. And as I was cutting my grass this morning, the neighbor's out there with an electric lawnmower. Kind you flip a switch, and it starts, and the motor turns. Just like an electric car, just like any other electric motor, electric fans. I don't think they ever needed any fuel whatsoever to even start those jet engines. At least modern day, I don't think they do. That's just me, yo. I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist. Oh, I had one more thing to show you back here. Now, even people that supposedly are awake might not like this. But I really don't give a shit. This government has lied about everything so that they could start a war over in the Middle East and slaughter countless numbers of men, women, and children. I needed a pole right here. You know what that is? Well, I broke off the phony eagle off the top and threw the thing in the garbage and sent it out to the trash last week. I cannot stand to see the American flag. Not anything to do with this government. I've paid my dues my whole life. I've paid my taxes so that they could lie to me my whole life, rob me continuously, start wars to slaughter people so the military-industrial complex, the bankers, those that claim they are something that they are not, could get filthy rich off a human sacrifice. Yeah, I'm proud to be an American. I don't think so. But I don't think it was always that way. It wasn't that way when I was younger. Something happened in 2001 on September the 11th. And they had a ruler over him, Revelations 9:11. And his name is Apollo 11. And you put the title Flat Earth in a video, they come out of the woodwork. You have to just block them. They go to the comments right off the bat. They want to call you stupid, idiot, imbecile. You know, just throw names and insult your intelligence. They are trolls. They didn't hit me on my main channel, that one I put up a couple of days ago, one of my old ones about how the sun curves. Alright, let's just show you this. But on my backup channel, because the same ones that I hadn't blocked before on this one, this channel, started putting insulting comments. I just block them. I don't deal with it. But right over there, where my camera is pointing toward where that pickup truck is in my neighbor's yard, that is the direction, and it will get more so here, another 3 or 4 weeks as it reaches its highest point as it circles around the magnetic North Pole. So, perfectly. Makes perfect sense. And while I'm thinking of it, I will be putting up some of my old videos over time, but I think YouTube is messing with me. 30-minute video takes me over 2 hours. It starts way over there. Now you see the shadow coming from this pole here. In a couple of hours, it'll be heading straight that way from the south, and then it will curve that way. See where my van is? It makes a complete C shape all the way across the sky and disappears over in that direction. Now, on a ball Earth, which is 4 times larger than the moon, right? It would go straight across the sky, you would think. But on a flat Earth, with the sun rotating around the flat surface, shining its light down, it would make a C shape around in the summertime in the northern hemisphere and do exactly what it's doing. When I said the Earth is 4 times larger, NASA would have you believe that all those pictures of the moon landing, which is another controversy, people believe that man walked on the moon. Of course, there they are. And there's the Earth off in the distance. Same size as what you would see the Earth look like from the moon look like from standing on the Earth? No. Logic, anybody with one brain cell, well, you might have to have 2 to spark them together, would know that the Earth would have to look 4 times larger if you believe in what NASA tells you. And then 2, if you only see one side of it, the only way you could see the Earth from standing on the moon would be like this. Straight up. It would not be off in the distance. Tiny little thing. But, oh well. There's my old van. Got teeth missing on the flywheel. I thought it was a starter. Put a new starter on it last fall. I had it out there on the street. Paid the guy with the wrecker to come put it up there, but I'm wondering if I put the starter back on it and then get it going down that hill just a little bit, if that flywheel won't turn enough to where I could get it running, because I just don't want to leave it sit there forever. But that's a worldly possession. But oh well. Inanimate object. So yeah, do jets take jet fuel? Or do they flip a switch and start them engines electronically? And then when you point an air nozzle at a fan, it rotates. Forced air engines. We have been deceived and lied to about so many things. And anything that has a star which is turned sideways, a bafflement, I want nothing to do with. I used to be a Cowboys fan. Well, I can't stand their logo. Why? Because it's got a star on it. And when a bee buzzing around my head. But I'll keep it short because just thought I'd come out here and show you my little garden. Got to get in there and keep it weeded out. Doesn't really matter. What really matters to me is the kids, grandkids that don't want anything to do with me because they just can't see what this world is. And sometimes I wonder why I was shown what I was shown. There's things I'm not proud of in my life. I never murdered anybody. I was never in the military to where I killed anybody or anything like that. But, all right, let's end this. Well, are you going to tell him anything, Adam? What? Oh, you're going to disappoint him and not talk? Well, go. Take off. Get him. Go. Go. Get him. Run around that barn. Go ahead. Oh, you got sidetracked? You smelling something? What is it? What do you smell? I think there's some rabbits and stuff out here at night. Adam. Come on, I don't edit my videos. You're going to tell them down the road? Oh yeah, while I'm out here. See that whole row of stores over there? That is a strip mall. It's been there ever since I moved to this town when I was 13 years old. As a Ace Hardware. Where my two oldest kids, their mother, a few years back, worked there. And I just found that out, so I went over to just basically tell her that whatever I'd done to you in the past, I apologize. You know, making the effort. Well, a couple weeks later, I get a sheriff at the door. She hit me with a restraining order, which I had to go to court over. Come to find out, this guy that owned that place, owned this house next to me, a whole bunch of other houses through this whole neighborhood. He made a false police report, saying that I was constantly in there harassing everybody. I said, well, you got cameras, right? Yeah. Where'd you prove? They couldn't provide it. He made a false police report. So at that time, I was just starting to wake up. This was like, I don't know, 5 years ago. I didn't understand it at the time. I called some local lawyers here in this county. When they found out who it was, they wouldn't touch it. I was going to sue him for filling out a false police report, causing me the emotional stress of having to go to court because of his lies. They wouldn't touch it. Found out just a couple of weeks ago, he sold that whole strip mall, sold all the houses here, and left. I guarantee you, he was high up in some secret societies. That's why none of these lawyers would touch it. Central Indiana, just Masonic lodges, has 43 of them. That's not counting your other Elks clubs and all these things, and they're just everywhere. And north of Indianapolis, where Pence is from, where Noblesville is, where the school shooting, Jason Seaman, that is nothing but secret societies. They're everywhere. You don't know who to trust around here. That's why they wouldn't touch it. He's probably a high Mason. I don't trust my neighbor across the street. He works for the fire department. I definitely don't trust the sheriff that lives over there in the corner that I pointed out before. He's all the time driving a different unmarked car, disappearing for days at a time with other people just like him. Well, it kind of looks like him anyway. Over there on the corner. Told me he was retiring a year ago. Well, he keeps driving state cars home every day, or disappears for a couple of weeks. It just disappeared for a couple of weeks. His wife was still there, and then she disappeared. Their daughter disappeared about a year ago. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, you can't trust anybody. That's why Jesus said to take heed. Trust no man. This is going on and on and on, ain't it? I didn't mean for it to. But anyhow, I'm long-winded. I don't have anybody to talk to, so I'm just venting. And I'll just end it now and say, oh, and those that are new to my channel, when I say down the road, I got to explain that again. The reason I say down the road, I was in the carnival business for about 8 years. And I run electronic games and coin-operated games. It had nothing to do with the rides. I paid rent to the show owner. I split money with the guy that owns the games out of West Palm Beach. And you would meet people at these state and county fairs, even roadside carnivals during the off season, and you would become friends. And when you parted after you spent a couple of weeks with them, or if you traveled with them for a couple of months, you never said goodbye. You always said down the road, just in case you met up again somewhere down the road.